can't afford to be here in front of National Green at 29:46 p.m.
Protesters. Police distrust. Riots and looting. That's life in Ferguson, Missouri, 1 week after the shooting death of 18-year-old Michael Brown by a Ferguson police officer. Brown, who was unarmed, was shot multiple times, sparking outrage from residents of this St. Louis suburb. These photos show Canfield Road, where the shooting occurred just days after the incident took place. Using witness accounts and information provided in the event report released Friday by Ferguson police, we've placed animated graphics on top of photos taken of the crime scene to fill in the blanks of what happened on August 9th. Around noon, Dorian Johnson said he and Brown were walking down this street when a Ferguson police officer confronted them and told them to use the sidewalk. The officer then stopped his car only inches away from the pair and tried to open his door, but the door bounced off the pair and closed on the officer. A struggle ensued, and that's when the officer, 28-year-old Darren Wilson, drew his weapon and fired the first round, hitting Brown. The two ran off and Wilson continued after them. Johnson says he next hid behind the first car he saw and witnessed the officer get out of his vehicle, follow Brown, and fire at the fleeing team. According to Johnson, an injured Brown next got on his knees and put his hands up to indicate he had no weapon. The officer continued shooting at Brown several times. Ferguson police offer a different account. At a news conference Friday, police released these images of Brown, claiming he was involved in a strong arm robbery, stealing cigarillos from the nearby Ferguson market around 15 minutes before the shooting. Police say Wilson initially stopped the pair for jaywalking and was unaware Brown was a robbery suspect. It wasn't until Wilson saw the stolen items in Brown's hand that he backed up to question the men further. Police said Brown physically assaulted Wilson and during the struggle reached for the officer's gun. One shot was fired in the car, followed by several more, which led to Brown's death. Authorities have yet to offer any explanations as to how Brown's body wound up approximately 35 feet away from where the altercation took place. Witnesses we spoke with offered this chilling explanation, claiming Brown was murdered, execution style.
Hands up on the ground, boom, 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 boom. Next couple of shots. He go down. His hands was up.
I heard a boom. I said, that was not fireworks. Why is somebody shooting out here? Then I heard boom, 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 boom. So I know that I personally heard 9 shots. Me, I did.
Edwards also described seeing shell casings in a U-shape near Brown's body. An independent autopsy contracted by Brown's family revealed he was shot at least 6 times. The report found Brown had his hands in the air as the police fired multiple times. He was shot 4 times in the right arm and twice in the head. One of the 2 bullets entered the top of his skull, suggesting his head was bent forward when he was shot. Another went into his right eye, through his face, exited from his jaw, and re-entered his collarbone, causing several wounds. The 2 shots in the head were likely the last fired. Only 3 of the bullets were recovered from his body. The autopsy also found Wilson fired the fatal shots from 1 to 2 feet away. Residents took to the streets in protest of what they say was the brutal murder of an unarmed teen. Ferguson police maintain Brown assaulted Wilson, who remains in hiding and has since been treated for injuries to his face. The FBI has launched a parallel investigation with hopes of discovering what exactly happened that Saturday afternoon. For TomoNews in Ferguson, Missouri, I'm Sasha Horn.